Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna just be wearing these things now. No, I'm wearing this just because I have nowhere else to wear it. That's why I'm a loser. I'm ready. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some real-ish right now. This is what to do when you feel like a loser, basically. So if you're following my journey, you will know that I used to live in New York City, and I came back home when hit, and there are a number of reasons for that. But the main point is I was living in New York City and pursuing my dream, and it's just this really interesting thing because when you live in New York City, your accomplishment is living in New York City. Like, I would come back to and I would like go to the local club and people would be like, Malia, you're back. Dang, Malia, you're doing so many things. I see you in New York. You're like out there. Man, I'm trying to get out of like, you know, like I want to do something like that. Literally, I was not doing anything in New York City. I was substitute teaching. I was occasionally going to Broadway auditions, and I was in a cover band show. But living in New York City, yes, it's hard for a number of reasons, and I'll probably make a video about that later. But long story short, I was forced to come back because my fantasy bubble got popped by the pandemic. So here I am, 31, newly single, not a prospect in sight, but I have hope. And I have worked my way up to this point. I was not okay moving back home. For the first like 10 months, I was super sad. I don't want to say I was depressed. Well, maybe I was depressed because all I wanted to do was sleep and take showers. Like, there's something about taking showers that like cleanses you or something. So I would take like really long showers and baths, and I would like go to sleep at like 8 and 9 o'clock and just, you know, not want to get out of bed and things like that. Because moving back home, it did feel like I was a failure in a way, you know? Like, I'm Nina from In the Heights. I'm George from It's a Wonderful Life.
I want a big one.
You want to get out of your small town, and then you have to come back or you have to live here. So that's what I was feeling. So slowly I put myself back into motion, and that's when I started completing things and getting things done and being productive again. And honestly, being okay with where I am at right now in my life. So moving back home, like, I don't have the expenses that I once had, so I'm just very fortunate to be able to move back home and save money and honestly work on all these things in me, because I was not the best person living back in New York City. And I was getting worse. So I have been trying a bunch of like self-helpy kind of things to get myself back into motion, and I want to share with you the 8 main things that helped me. I tried out all of these things, but I would only say 8 of them truly helped me. Now that might be different for you, but I just wanted to share what actually helped me get back into motion and start to make progress in my life again. All right, number 8. Number 8 is reading self-growth books. I work about an hour away from where I live, so in order to make the drive more productive, I have Audible, and I am just reading self-growth books all the time. What I'm trying to do is find out what is wrong with me. Like, everyone has something wrong with them, right? So like, I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with me, like what are my issues, which issues are inhibiting me, and which issues are not making me a good person, honestly. I'm not gonna mention all my issues in my video, but some of the authors that really helped me were Oprah, Gabrielle Bernstein. Right now I'm reading Atomic Habits. And if you do not like where you are right now in your life, life and you wanted to change, I highly suggest doing this. Like, there are so many self-growth books out there. Some of my favorite are You Are a Badass, Grit is a good one, The Artist's Way is a great self-growth book. Reading these self-growth books means you become more aware of your downfalls, and that's the first piece. It's the awareness piece, and become aware of them, know what you need to change, and change it. When you know better, you do better. All right, number 7 is meditating / a spirituality practice. I started meditating while I was living in New York City because one day as I was walking onto the subway, I got this sensation like I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to faint. Everything inside me was like screaming, and I just told myself, I was just like, Malia, step onto the subway car and sit down. And then I was like, damn, I need to meditate. I was doing a lot when I was in New York City. I was going to dance classes all the time. Like, I was like 24/7 doing something. So it caused me to bring up feelings of anxiety. I thankfully found the habit of meditating. I currently use Headspace meditation. That one's great. It's kind of expensive. Calm is really amazing. I used that for about 3 years before Headspace. I really recommend meditating. It really helps you to come back to yourself. Like for me, I come back to my 7-year-old self who was a genius, who was creative, who knew what kind of ice cream she liked and didn't like. You know, like sometimes we get caught up in other people's expectations, or that's at least my thing. So meditating really helps me to come home to myself. Also, I attend Catholic church every Sunday. If not in person, then the virtual front pew through Ascension, hey. Going to church just also helps to remind me that the world does not revolve around me. There are bigger things. There's so many things that we can pray for. I believe in prayer, and we can affect change on this world, and it helps me to be grateful and just remind me that this is not real. Like, there's God, like, or there is the universe, and not to get so caught up in my problems. It helps me with that. Number 6 is journaling. I read The Artist's Way like 5 years ago, and ever since I read it, I journal every single day. I can't miss 2 days in a row or else I go crazy. Sometimes I'm journaling the things I need to do. Sometimes it's the dreams that I had, and I don't really read over my journals. There was just something about getting all of the mess out of your head first thing in the morning, and it just clears my slate or something like that. And then I can move on to actual work. Number 5 is exercising. Oh my goodness. So exercising has 2 parts. It's the gaining weight aspect, but then there's also what happens when I don't exercise. And we all feel this. It's the sloth feeling. It's this lazy feeling that is just reinforced by not moving your body. After you exercise, you get like a hit of dopamine, and that just like encourages me to have a good day. So I've been exercising every morning. I've been doing this pretty much constantly throughout the pandemic. When I stop exercising, I also feel angry and anxious, and I'm more prone to sadness. And I have less energy. I become a consumer when I don't exercise, which is so interesting. Like, I consume more food, I consume more media, and I buy more things. Because you're trying to get that dopamine hit, or I am anyways. I'm trying to get that dopamine hit that I usually get from exercising with consuming. Since we started this at-home life, I tried like so many different workout routines, and I finally found one that really stuck. It's my girl Heather Robertson on YouTube. She's amazing. She doesn't talk during the workout. It's just so straightforward, fast, and Tabata. It's just helping me to maintain a thick figure, if you know what I'm saying, so I can fit in my IV, you know. Number 4 is keeping my room clean. That means making my bed every morning, making sure when I leave for work, everything is like in its correct place. For some reason, that really helps when I come home, because when I come home, you want to take off the day. So like right now, my room is pretty messy because I just came home and like things are everywhere. I have developed a habit and placed it in my day where I clean up. So As long as there is the habit of cleaning in my day, my room stays clean. And honestly, it just makes me so happy to see my clean room. And just that first step of making your bed in the morning just makes you so happy. It's the first accomplishment of the day. Like, I did it. And I love my blankets right now. I have a silk pillow for my curly girl hair. I just love the aesthetic of my bed right now. It's so clean and beautiful, and I'm proud of it. That's my first accomplishment of the day, and I really know that helped me out of my depression. Number 3 is talking to people. I talk to a lot of people. At the beginning of the pandemic, I had a counselor. I don't have one right now. I'm currently looking. And I started coaching, actually. No, I don't coach people. People are coaching me. I live with my mom. But the person that's really helped, who I talk to, is my best friend, Monica. And I am a person, I need to see the circle. I need to see when things end. I'm a teacher too, so. Oh my gosh. Monica, I was just gonna call you. Hey. We call each other maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks, and there's just something about somebody who can relate to you and has similar dreams to you and can support you in your decision. Like, there's just something about talking to someone like that. It feels expansive when I talked to her. So thank you, Monica. Number 2 that has helped me to get out of this like depressive, like non-motion state. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. I just want to like take action right now. Is getting a job. And honestly, it did not matter what kind of job it was. At the beginning of the pandemic, I helped out a lady with dementia. That was hard. That was really eye-opening and really sad. Getting a job, helping people, shifts the attention off of you and onto them, because there are more people in the world than you, Malia. I helped out that lady for a while, learned a lot, and then now I have a job at a school, which I love. The things that help about getting a job, number 1, it's you're helping people, right? You're helping people and you're being of service. Number 2, the routine that a job brings, getting ready, being somewhere at a certain time, just like putting on clothes. That is a major thing that helped me to get out of the state I was in at the beginning. And the number 1 thing that helped me to get out of my depressive woe is me, I'm a failure, belief, depression, whatever you want to call it, is spending time with people who accept me the way I are. That's right. Spending time with babies. Everyone needs to go find a baby right now and spend time with it, because babies are there. They're there. They're where we want to be. They are creative geniuses. They are geniuses. And being around a baby for me is meditation. You're watching the baby, you're making sure the baby doesn't hit its head over here, but you're watching her, you're noticing how curious she is. You're teaching her things. It's a beautiful thing. Anyways, the whole thing is about spending time with people the way you are. Kids, they take you the way you are. You don't have to change for a kid. Your family, hopefully they accept you the way you are. Me and my family, that's our COVID bubble. Like, we have just been celebrating birthdays together, dancing around, being silly, creating music, just being ourselves around each other, watching a lot of Netflix, spending time with people who really accept you. That is the number 1 thing that got me out. I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. So many people aren't. This is the reason I chose to come back, because I knew if I missed this year, I would have missed this whole year of seeing my nephew and my nieces grow up. I would have missed all that, and that is the most precious time. Well guys, I hope this has been a useful video. These are the 8 main things that have helped me through my depression of being 31, being single, feeling like I'm a failure, feeling like I failed my dreams. But no, you did not, Malia, because guess what? You have so much longer to go. You're only 31 years old, girl. Like, get it together. Like, it ain't over yet. You schooling life. Alright guys, it's time for me to go lounge on my bed. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please subscribe and like and comment what actually helps you guys, because I'm actually curious to know what those things would be. It's different for everyone, and hopefully me sharing mine will help you, and you share some with me, because I still need a little bit of help. All right, check you in the next one.